This is GabNet, the Great American Broadcast Network, now in its 8th year of talk like you've never heard it before.
Nothing goes right. Hello, everybody. This is the Ramble, and I'm Alex, and we'll be here until midnight tonight. Oh, yeah. Okay, all right. I don't know what happened. I pushed the wrong button. You know, I took my nice pill last night, or 2 nights in a row, the heavy-duty one, and it throws me off. I just don't do all these things right. I'm just a mess. But anyway. Hello, ready for our Thanksgiving program? Then we will not be on tomorrow. We'll not be on Friday. We will be back again on Monday with the pop-up show, and then next week for a full slate of shows. Maybe. You know, never know. You know. All right. So I've been taking those pills, and they throw me off. They cause me a certain adulation. Is that a term? I get adulpated as a result of it. And I somehow can't remember how to do things in order or whatever. And just now what I did is I pushed the wrong button. I went to go for the button to play the open, and it had me. So for those of you who are watching the program, you got an extra bonus of a few minutes of this ugly visage. Anyway, let me see here. I think that what we will do, okay, is we will talk to our old friend who we talk to once a week here at this time. I don't know why. It's just become a tradition now. And he's in San Francisco. Well, actually, where are you again? You're out in Contra Costa, right?
I'm in Walnut Creek, California.
Walnut Creek, California.
And it's a lovely place.
You like it?
Yeah, I do actually.
Really? Oh, okay.
It's clean, and they're having some crime issues, which they didn't have in the past, but I guess nobody had.
I think this whole crime thing is a bit overstated, and I think it's overstated because all the news organizations. See, what happens is news organizations have a tendency to get a story like, oh, there's an uptick in crime, okay? And then they play it to death because it gets viewers to watch. And the thing is that even if there isn't a bad crime jump, it causes more to happen because it gives people ideas, you know?
There are organized gangs that are going into stores and stealing merchandise. Target has been, and just by their name, they're a target. I think they've lost $400 million so far to retail theft. And what happens is these products, they show up on eBay and they're being sold. And at flea markets and things like that.
You mean there is a market for stuff from Walmart online?
Well, this was Target.
There's barely stuff for Walmart goods online on their own site.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
They're trying to be a what do they call it? Like a Bezos company,
Amazon.
They're trying to be like an Amazon.
Well, I'll tell you what's happened here in New York. I've talked about this before. I went into our pharmacy, I went into the drugstore, and I looked at the shelves, and they're all empty.
Are they locking stuff up now?
No. People are stealing it, and they don't stop them.
Yeah.
Because they don't want one of their employees to get beaten up or whatever. And on top of that, the city has said they will not prosecute people for thefts that are like under, I don't know, several $1,000s. So they go in there and they pull some razor blades off the shelf.
In San Francisco, it's $1,000, and so people blatantly walk into the store, grab stuff,
and steal $999 worth.
Yeah. Well, what if it wasn't on sale? But the thing is that Target has started to close stores, and so
Well,
I
that's good.
guess.
That's the good news.
Well, it's the good news for people that don't shop there, but in neighborhoods that are, more questionable neighborhoods, the stores are moving out. And so, for instance, in the Bronx or in Harlem is gentrified now, so I don't know that stores are moving out of there. But people were saying that the only places that they could buy stuff was at the convenience store, like a 7-Eleven or something like that, and they didn't have access to supermarkets and things like that. So when you have this kind of crime, the stores move out of an area, and it blights the area, and it's hard on the citizens that live there.
Well, I mean, we have a lot of empty storefronts, but that was from COVID.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot in Manhattan. I mean, on Fifth Avenue, big Fifth Avenue rentals, retailers gone, and they're gone because they couldn't keep their doors open because they couldn't make a living.
Yeah.
And nobody else
open their doors.
And nobody else wants to take it on because, well, why?
Yeah. Well, the economy is having a downturn, but I won't need that.
The economy is not having a downturn; it's having an upturn.
If you look at the price of houses and things, but I won't need that because you see my Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that a real Bitcoin?
Yeah. What I'm going to do is.
I didn't know they actually physically had coins.
No, I think this is what they use for an advertisement or
when
they take a picture of something. But this Samuel Bankman-Fried, I was reading. He's the guy with that exchange, that FTX,
FTX
exchange,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so he was giving an interview several months ago, and I was reading it, and the guy says, "Well, what I do is I make a box, and he says then I hire somebody to market a product or an item that goes in the box, and then I got this other company, and they buy the product, and that drives the price up, and then when people see the price getting driven up, then they start buying it." So what he did was he created his own market, and now the house of cards has fallen, and I think it's going to bring down a lot of the other crypto companies.
I hope so. I hope it does.
Yeah, when they first came out with that stuff, I said, "Nah, this has got to be a scam." And you remember there was a kid who calls himself Matt, a young guy that used to call Joe.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so every once in a while, I would chat with him in the mornings because he was 3 hours ahead of me, and I wake up early. And he says, "Oh yeah, I bought a partial coin. It wasn't Bitcoin. It was something else." I said, "Just get rid of that shit." It's
well, even Elon Musk, who was a big advocate
Ethereum.
Of Bitcoin, Dogecoin. He sold all of it. He got rid of it.
Smart.
Yeah. Well, by the way, interesting thing about Musk. He has in the last year lost $380 billion. Excuse me. No, I'm wrong.
100 billion or something?
No, he has lost. Wait a minute. He
was worth 244.
He was worth. I looked at that. No, he was worth. At the latest was 340.
Wow, he would have been the first trillionaire.
Yeah, but 340. Okay.
Yeah.
And then he went and did all this stuff with Twitter and so on, which he bought for, what did he buy Twitter for?
44 million.
44.
But it wasn't all his money, though.
44 million? It was 44 billion.
44 billion. 44 billion.
44 billion. And then he lost some other money for a total of about $184 billion that he lost or something. And you know what? He's still the richest man in the world.
Yeah, because everybody else was losing money at the same rate. I guess Facebook stock is down. people are getting laid off in that market. I had lunch today with my daughter and her husband, and he is a engineer at SpaceX, and he's in charge of a team that works on the capsules. And it was very interesting. He said that that the people there, that they don't really have a problem with Musk, like they're having at Twitter, with all of these people taking the severance package and so forth. But he told me about another. We were talking about other companies that Musk owned, like the Boring Company, because I thought that was very interesting.
Those are the guys who he was trying to make a tunnel, literally, that goes from L.A. to San Francisco.
Well, I was telling him that I knew this guy that owns a concrete company, and they bore tunnels, but they have these very large. He was this other guy had the company that did the tunnel underneath Union Square in San Francisco, and it's a big, gigantic boring apparatus. So
I know, I've seen them.
He said that what Musk is doing is he's using smaller boring apparatuses, and it cuts through faster. Makes sense.
Well, all I'm saying is he went to Twitter, and he does so many good things. Like Tesla's a good thing, and SpaceX is an exceptionally good thing, which remind me to tell you what pisses me off about something. But he had so many good things he was doing. And then all of a sudden he gets involved in this whole Twitter thing, and it literally takes away his bandwidth.
But look at it from somebody of my political perspective. I'm looking at these companies and saying that, and you may say, oh, that's not true, it's conspiracy, it's this, that, and the other thing, but I truly believe that Facebook, Google, Twitter was silencing the people that had a different political opinion.
I don't agree with you.
And the left. I know you don't.
I don't agree with you. They were only censoring people who were saying things that they perceived created a public danger. Okay. And that was what they were censoring. If you had an opinion, hey, I'm all for Donald Trump, I love Donald Trump, everybody should elect Donald Trump, fine. But if you're then turning that into some kind of racial trope or something like that, then there's a question about the public safety.
I believe that what they were doing was they were calling it a racial trope, but using it to silence the people on the right, because it was only the people on the right that got silenced. The Ayatollah
there's some lefties who have, the Ayatollah, he isn't even alive any longer.
Well, there's an Ayatollah still in Iran
as long as he's not saying something that will hurt people.
How about death to Israel, death to the Jews?
I don't think he's probably been saying that or getting away with it. He would be pulled off in a second on any of these. And you like to see that censored, right?
No.
No?
I don't want to see any of it censored.
Oh, okay. All right. If Hitler were around, you wouldn't censor him?
I look at that, what was it, Morton Grove decision where the Nazis wanted to march, and
that's a different thing.
No, but I don't like Nazis. Matter of fact, I hate what they
I don't know what
represent.
you don't like about Nazis. What are you, anti-Nazi? Are you anti-Nazi?
Yeah, I'm anti-Nazi.
Well, we can't give you a Twitter account then.
Well, God, yeah, that's true.
No, but I don't think that all of them were involved in that. I think that Google was, I think, pretty non-political, basically. No, Google doesn't have. They have YouTube, but that's it. They don't have like a blackboard that you can put your
but they have searches. When you go and you search something,
I'll tell you what I hate.
Name doesn't come up.
Tell you what I hate about Google and about YouTube. I was censored the other day.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Why? Well, when I decided I got a new GoPro camera, I got the newest one. Okay, so I figured I wanted to use it for something, so I thought I'd just take it and take a little tour around our apartment. And
I saw that. It
yeah,
was cute.
yeah. So I did that, right? So
Yeah.
now I get a thing from Google, and let me see here. I'm going to find the actual thing that they wrote to me, so that you can. Yeah, it says we have reviewed your content and determined that it may not be suitable for viewers under the age of 18 per our community guideline. As a result, we've age restricted the following content: a tour of our apartment. We haven't applied a strike to your channel, or your content is still live for some users on YouTube. Keep reading for more details on what this means and the steps you can take if you'd like to appeal the decision. I went
They
to try.
throttled you. They throttled you back, right?
No, but they didn't throttle me down. What they did is they limited the people who could watch it. Now, I don't care if kids watch it or not. That's not the point. What bothers me is that in any way they thought to limit my viewing based on the fact of it not being age appropriate. And
What wasn't age appropriate
there wasn't
about it?
anything that wasn't age appropriate in that video. Except that I was walking around in my underpants and occasionally passed by a mirror, but I looked like I was wearing shorts.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, but I was wearing shorts.
Yeah.
There is nothing on there, and then it said, well, you can always protest it if you want to. Go here, and I went there, and there's nothing. There was no way I could do it.
Wow.
There was no way I could do it, and I mean, to me, that was, I'm fed up with them.
Well, I watched it. It was enjoyable, and I thought that I wanted to ask you.
Would you want your child to watch it? Would you want them to watch that kind of filth, Phil?
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I was wondering why there were multiple posts of the same YouTube, and some of them had like many views. Others had less views.
The reason I had two of them up there, I retitled the other one. I put the other one up there to see if they would send me one of those letters again.
Yeah.
Okay, because there are certain algorithms, I guess, that they use or whatever, and I didn't get one. I'm thinking of taking that one down but that was a test. I did that. The first one was the one that they censored.
I see. Yeah, one of them had like 30 views. Another one had 10 views. And
No. This is more like.
This was yesterday.
Well, now, the original one has 356 views, and the other one has 78. So I'm not even going to take it down. So
yeah, it might monetize one day.
It gets more views than I do. With this piffle. So
back to Elon Musk. He told me about another company that the guys got. It's called Neuralink, and what they're doing is they're putting like a chip in the brain of a monkey, for instance, and they're having the monkey be able to do stuff. And I said, that would be wonderful for disabled people that couldn't walk, or people that who's that scientist that died a few years ago that was in a wheelchair.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember his name. I can't remember anything now. Don't ask me. Okay.
Well, I remember less than you. But
I have to take this drug, and I'm feeling well physically.
Yeah.
But horrible in trying to remember stuff now again. That's what I hate about the drug. But anyway, go ahead.
Oh, well, I don't want to jump around, but I was during your apartment thing. I noticed that your Marjorie had a bunch of exercise equipment, one of those Theraballs and a bunch of other stuff. Had you thought about having Marjorie, who knows a lot about exercise, help you do some stretching exercises that could deal with the pain that you're having in your feet?
To have her as my gym trainer, is not a thought that appeals to me.
You think she'd abuse you?
No,
Elder abuse?
Yeah. I mean, there isn't enough there to really work on it. She had a bike. She got a Peloton. She sold it. She got rid of it.
why? I wonder why did she sell it? You guys like bikes. Is it the fact that they charge a monthly fee? Was it?
No, she just got tired of it. She said she wasn't using it anymore, and
Uh-huh.
so she sold it. So
Yeah. Oh, Alan wrote me. He says Stephen Hawking.
Stephen Hawking. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's. But when you think about it, yeah, everybody who buys those things ends up selling.
Also, Charlie wrote it down here too. I
Oh,
wasn't
okay.
looking over there. Okay. Anyway, where were you? What?
Well, yeah, everybody who buys those things. I once had it was like a total gym kind of thing, but it had rubber bands. I forget the brand. It was $1,100, $1,200 maybe 30 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And, I sold it for $75 at a garage sale. All I did was hang my towels on it.
Now the other thing is getting me today.
Yeah.
You ever heard of this outfit called Fresh Direct?
Yeah, they deliver food.
Yeah. Well, we've been getting, especially during COVID, we started getting food through Fresh Direct.
Uh-huh.
And a couple of years ago, she decided for Thanksgiving she would use Fresh Direct, and they send a completely a turkey that's about one half cooked already. You finish it off, okay? And all the sides like a sweet potato pie and this and that and mashed potatoes and string beans and so on, right?
Yeah.
So she orders it this year, once again. Fresh Direct, and she ordered it 2 months ago
Yeah.
to make sure that and then she kept making sure that it was still ordered and all of that, and it was supposed to be delivered yesterday between the hours of 11 and 2.
Yeah.
All right, it never comes, and they say, well, no, it'll be there now closer to 6, and it never comes. It would be there at 9. Never comes. Finally, she calls them, and later on, they don't call back. But the next morning, they call back and they say, "Oh well, we couldn't deliver it because we had trouble with our whatever."
Yeah.
Oh no, she got a message. She got a message on her email that said, "We can't deliver it, therefore you'll have to reorder." And the only day we have available for delivery
Friday.
is Thursday between 11 and 2. Now, do the math. How long does it take to cook the turkey?
Oh, several hours.
Yes. And our guests are coming at 2.
Yeah. So what are you going to do?
So anyway, so she calls them and they don't call her back because I guess they can't or something. So she calls the next morning. And they said, "Oh, well, that's terrible. We got to fix this for you." And she pre-ordered for the Thursday delivery just to be safe.
Right.
Okay. So they said, we'll get it out to you today. Okay, it'll be there between, and then they gave some hours or whatever.
Yeah.
Guess what? Didn't show up. So then she calls again later today, because it never came.
Yeah.
And they said, well, you're supposed to be getting your delivery tomorrow. She says, I don't need it tomorrow. I have people coming for dinner. I have to cook the turkey. I can't ask them to stick around till 7 o'clock for it to be ready.
Yeah.
And they went, well, we can't do anything about it. And she said, well, wait a minute. Let me talk to a supervisor or whatever. And then the guy came back and he said, well, I talked to the supervisor. It'll be delivered in 45 minutes.
Did you get it?
No.
Yeah.
Well, the smart thing she did today, she went down to Whole Foods and bought a turkey.
Good.
So we have a standby turkey waiting in the wings.
Do you like turkey?
A standby turkey waiting to go on.
Yeah. Well, I hope you like turkey, because you're going to be eating turkey for an awfully long time.
Yeah. But I mean, these people were terrible. They did not care one whit about the fact that, hey, this may rob somebody of their Thanksgiving. And she did everything she could to be, she ordered a month or two ahead of time. She got herself ready and, she did all the right stuff. And
when
it's
I was
just
growing
terrible.
up,
So people, if you ever think about using Fresh Direct, do not use Fresh Direct.
wow.
Okay?
Uh, I get my food delivered because now that I'm on a more restricted diet, I have this company called Meal Prep Master, and on over the weekend I order 15 meals, and and on that Monday they deliver it, and I have it's small meals. They're like 400 or 500 calories, salmon, steak, tilapia, a vegetable, 2 minutes in the microwave, and they're really tasty and they're really fresh. And so I've been eating that instead of getting a sandwich or
Yeah, I have a thing like that. It's called, called ravioli prep.
yeah, I can't eat the carbs,
Yeah.
but
I've eaten carbs again now, and I'm not gaining a pound.
you wait, it comes boom, just all of a sudden.
All of a sudden, one day I wake up and I'm Jabba the Hutt, huh?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because I did Atkins and I kept the weight off for 5 years, and then all of a sudden, within a year, it was.
Well, I did the Atkins. I lost 50, but I gained back about 30 of it once I had the operation, the prostate operation, and a few other things, and taking these pills for my neuropathy and so on. So that put some of the weight back on me, but I haven't put all of it at all on me. So.
Well, I finally decided that I would listen to my friend that says, if you want to lose weight, you're going to have to exercise, eat right, eat less, and it works.
Yeah.
I'm down to 199 now, so my next goal is 190.
Yeah, and then everybody will say, "How does Phil look thin?" And they'll say, "Fat."
That's okay. No,
let me let some people in here, okay?
Yeah.
Here they come.
Your show, if you look at some of the old shows that I was on, I was really heavy. You look at the 2014, 2015 ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was much heavier.
Yeah. Let's see here. Is it Charlie who's got his audio on? There we are.
Yeah, I stepped away for a second. That's when you came up.
Yeah. So anyway, so we all, if Marjorie hadn't been able to get that turkey today, our standby turkey, we would have had no, we would have had to order out for Chinese food like the rest of the Jews do. You know?
When I grew up in New York, and my parents used to go to a place called Witzel's Turkey Farm in New York. Now, I know you don't drive, so it wouldn't be easy, but you went there. They had the turkey. They had all the sides, the stuffing. It was a complete deal, and it was the best, fresh, right from the farm.
Not cooked, though. You have to cook it.
Oh, cooked. It was
cooked.
cooked.
Oh,
Ready to go. You picked it up that morning.
Well, you know what I would like to do, and I've said every year I say we're going to do this. You can buy the thing to do it with, is deep fry a turkey. I hear that's the best turkey.
I wouldn't want to do it in an apartment.
No,
inside.
they have things that you can do it with that won't splatter
Overflow?
and won't splatter, do anything like that. Yeah, yeah. You have to buy. It's like $75, and it supposedly is it can prevent you from being hurt by it.
Is that what Jay Leno used?
Yeah, right. No, I don't suggest that anybody try doing it at home by, just taking a pot and filling it with oil and then throwing in the turkey, because you could have some real problems.
Well, they have special turkey cookers, but I've seen.
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but I've seen things where they put the turkey in, and all of a sudden it's flowing over, and I think they're dangerous.
No, but these are things that were built to make sure you didn't have that danger. Am I right, Charlie? You know what I'm talking about, right?
My ex used to cook turkeys on one of those, and they came out great, juicy, and all. I love them.
Yeah, they're supposedly the best turkey you'll ever eat. Yes, Alan.
So, if you don't put the turkey in frozen, it doesn't boil over and start a fire.
Is that how it?
Yeah, it's the frozen turkey into the 400-degree oil causes the problem.
Why would anybody do that?
Yeah.
I don't know, because some people buy their turkeys frozen.
Yeah,
But
but
usually you do. Yeah.
before you cook a turkey, you have to thaw it out. You know,
I don't cook, so I don't know.
Yeah, we always did that. Yeah.
really. Okay. Anyway.
So you see, MAGA, I got this stupid hat that I can't straighten out. MAGA now stands for something else. My attorney got arrested.
What manga?
MAGA, my attorney got arrested.
Yeah.
MAGA, Trump's MAGA is retired.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he's retired. You know. Nobody really cares. I mean, you know, the New York Times, the New York Post was the best. You know, with their
That was a good article.
yeah.
Florida man
Florida man runs
comes
for
out of
president.
retirement.
runs for president.
Well, in Texas, MAGA stands for Mothers Against Greg Abbott.
Absolutely.
Oh, really? Oh, that's good.
Yes.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But you know, I mean, it's just, oh boy, I wonder what next year is going to be like. Anyway, I'll tell you the other thing that bothered me. I told Charlie knows this because he heard it on Monday. Was the coverage that the moon is getting.
Mm.
You know, I mean, you had to wait for the evening news to even see it be mentioned. I mean, we have a rocket that went to the moon and it's taking pictures, it's just circling it, and it's absolutely fascinating. You know?
Don't they have a NASA channel or something?
The NASA channel isn't even showing it.
They can't afford it.
You
That's
know?
right.
But they're really great high resolution pictures.
Oh, yeah. I only wish there were more of them, but what's going to happen is when that thing comes back, they're going to take all those GoPros. That's exactly what they used. They redesigned GoPros, but
I
GoPros.
thought they were
nonetheless.
using Nikons.
No, they're using GoPros.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nikon's junk.
The things on the wings of the antenna, on the end of the antenna, are GoPros. Meant to work in
That environment.
that environment. Yeah, and when they come back, they're then going to take all the material that went on those GoPros and show everybody. Then you get to really see it.
Do they
So-
get
so
more
the
than
GoPro
one?
is better than the other cameras?
Do they get more than 1 gig of memory on those?
Of course, they get more than 1 gig of memory.
Yeah.
I get more than 1 gig of memory on mine. I get 256 gigs. I can put up to a terabyte on mine.
Yeah.
I'm wondering what my card is. It's been so long since I've used this. You know, I got the 4.
The 4? They're on the 11 by now, Phil. It's all changed.
Well,
Things haven't changed for Phil.
Do you know how many pixels there are on the new one?
no.
Over 40,000.
Oh, I don't have the SD card in it. Micro SD. I must have used it for something else. So it's a brick.
I have a new iPhone, and I love it.
Ooh.
And the iPhone 14, I got it last night.
How's it different from the one I have?
So
It's almost legal for him to
You-
sleep
you-
with.
you have the 13, right, Alex?
Yes.
Okay, so the differences are, I don't know a lot of them, but the only one I know of is that the CPU in yours is a 4-core, and in this one is a 5-core.
Oh, wow.
And yours has 4 gig of RAM, and this has 6 gig of RAM. And that's the only differences that I can figure out between the two. The reason why I got the 14 is because I turned my old piece of junk phone in, and they're going to give me $350 for it, and they wouldn't do that on the 13.
Well, I mean, I'd get a new phone too. I'd get the new one, but I already have last year's, and this one isn't paid off for yet. And
know that
secondly, I don't really care that they've advanced it now. You know, the fact is they do nothing much. They do something to say, oh, we tweaked it, we made it different, but there's nothing different on here. You know.
Do you know that they're having violent protests at the Apple plant in China?
Yes.
What is it? Because they're not giving him the iPhone 14? They're still
Yeah,
making him
that's it.
11?
Yeah, yeah. No, they're just the plant conditions suck.
What's that company, Foxconn or something, where they had to put nets to keep people from jumping out of the
When they jumped out of the window, they wouldn't die. Yeah.
There's a company that does the motherboard for the iPhones.
Well,
Foxconn.
I don't know if you're right about that.
The Chinese company that puts the phone together.
No, that puts the phone together is Foxconn, but they don't make the parts.
Oh, I thought they made the parts.
No, they don't make the parts. No.
Sorry.
The
I
parts,
love it, though.
the parts are
Little
probably made in Taiwan. I mean,
This is the first phone I had that you got to look at it for it to open. It uses the face. All
Really?
the other ones I had the fingerprint.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Yours opens with the face? Well, guess
you
what? So does mine.
Yeah, no shit. I knew something was coming.
Mm-hmm.
They've been doing that for like a couple of years now.
So,
Well, I know,
Alan,
but
Alan, when your phone opens, does it scream when it sees your face?
it screams down with Trump, down with DeSantis.
Yeah, but I have a feature you don't have. If I'm wearing, if try
You can
wearing,
block Phil.
try wearing a mask,
Yeah.
and then try to open your phone. Just cover your face. Try to open your phone.
How'd you get that feature? How'd you get that feature?
Phone's working.
Well, you're covering your nose or something. But if you cover your face with a mask, it will not recognize you.
Well, I think it will, but I'll go get a mask up.
No,
there
it won't.
right now.
It won't. It absolutely won't.
I'll go
But
get a
mine.
mask up.
Why did he turn that off? I guess he just wants to see his.
Because I don't have anything on. You don't want to see my tush, do you?
No Gotkas?
You mean you don't have pants on while you're doing? Do you know I put pants on all the time when I'm doing this show?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm very glad too.
yeah.
Look at
Hi,
this.
hi, Brian. How are you?
Trees,
How are you?
Yeah.
everything.
You're very quiet tonight. You're stoic.
No. Me?
So what? No, I'm talking about Brian.
Oh,
I just let Phil and Alan go. That's okay.
Yeah. Let me ask.
So I have shorts on.
Now,
No, I had them on. Oh, that would have been quick. Too quick for me.
Okay, put on the mask.
all right. Here's it.
Okay. Now try to
That mask
try to
is
turn it
scary.
on with your face.
He had those made.
It did turn you on with your face? Oh.
Yep, they set it up last night when I was in the Apple store.
Well, it shouldn't work. It shouldn't work. But mine opens up by my face because my watch recognizes it.
Really? Well, I don't
yeah.
have an Apple Watch. I wouldn't be that stupid.
Let me see what happens if I turn off if I turn this off and then I turn my face.
You can aim it at Phil.
It
looking
opens
like
up.
They both have the same hairline.
It opens up. Well, that's interesting. Okay, well they must have changed
they
it.
came out with an update last year, right before the 13 came out, so it'll work with a mask.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
It sees, it's supposed to look at your eyes and the shape of your head. I don't know what it sees.
well, let me cover my eyes and see what happens. Oh, hello, Tony.
Well,
That's a
Tom,
different
you're in a
angle
different room.
you're shooting
Yeah,
from.
you know what it is? My computer was a little low, so I had to be by the outlet.
Oh,
Ooh.
I see. Okay,
Well,
because that would
was
disappoint.
it feeling
Now,
good?
Tony, I'll send you an extension cord.
Oh, okay.
So
They make these things you plug into the wall, and they're 3 feet long. And
You know what it is? I really don't want to run it that far. That's
by the way,
No, you
Alan,
might have a fire in that old building.
Alan, that's too high tech for him.
yeah, that's coming.
Anyway,
Wait a minute here. Wait a minute. Tony's battling cancer and a few other things. So if your computer is low,
Exactly one thing going.
if your computer was low,
Yeah.
is it depressed?
No, I was reading.
only because it's Wednesday and it's and Phil's on.
I'm gonna sneeze.
I made my will out just in case everything goes bad.
I don't
leaving
want any
everybody
junk.
hear a little something.
I hereby give my mother's drapery and
Yeah,
wallpaper
Alex, I
to
got a
whoever
couple of
wants
things in there I can give you for my mother.
What's going on
I'll give you
here?
the checking for you.
What is?
Hey,
what the
Tony,
hell is-
Tony, remember, I'm the only
Okay.
one that accepts your calls. Remember, I'm the only
You're
one.
right. You're definitely in. Yes, Brian and Charlie too.
Fuck these other
Charlie,
guys, they
my
always
word.
talk
I got
shit.
all the stuff for Charlie.
They always talk shit.
You haven't
Especially
found
when
out.
Don-
You haven't found
Don
out.
here, even
Yeah, you
worse.
haven't found out now why we don't answer his calls.
Alex is the only one who's got common sense. I never forget that call. I have to say that was very generous of Alex. I don't want to give away his persona too much. He was very nice, like a fatherly figure. I say that nicely. And he goes, "Do me one favor. Don't call here again. I saved your number in my thing, in my Apple thing."
Yeah.
I have an hour and a half drive in the morning.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Now I want to find out from Brian. Wait, I want to find out from Brian about his Thanksgiving because he has a family and he has kids. You know, what's your drive?
What?
Would you say you're taking a drive tomorrow?
No.
He works an hour and a half away.
I say I have an hour and a half drive in the morning. I have an hour and a half drive in the afternoon. So I have time for Tony. That's all.
Oh, I see.
I've
Oh,
been good at
I
oh,
don't
I
want
see.
to fall asleep, so I talk to him or listen to him.
You're encouraging me to leave some more
So what are you doing
I've
with
been
the
good
with the
lately. I've
wife
been
and
reading
kids
a lot.
on Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
We're doing Vietnamese egg rolls and some-
Wait a minute. That's not Thanksgiving.
I'm jealous now.
Hey, why don't you go around
Vietnamese
the panel?
egg rolls for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it's good. We do all the meat and everything. Vegetables we roll ourselves, and then roll them, and then we have a soup. We're gonna have some soup and stuff. Yeah.
See, he's invited
Wait
Bill
a
and
minute.
I.
Don't they take into consideration that you, in fact, are a full-bred American who spends Thanksgiving with a turkey?
I don't care.
Nah, he rolls them and then he smokes them.
Yeah.
As long as I get to watch the Cowboys lose tomorrow, I'm good. Make a good day of it.
Tony, is your plug-in a 2-prong or
Oh,
a 3-prong?
jeez.
Don't
I
confuse
can go
them.
three.
Don't
It's like,
confuse
this is
them.
my mother's old wiring.
He lives in Queens. He's got to get it from his neighbor.
Is
Yeah, I
your
gotta steal it from the
let me
neighbor.
ask you, Tony.
Tony,
Let me ask you,
two-prong.
Tony. Wait a minute. Let me ask you, Tony. Is your penis a 2-prong or a 3-prong?
I don't know, but I still like when they asked me if I felt that question there. I told you I should lie and call Alex. I'd probably get like the top 10 list if they said this thing.
By the way, is everybody drunk tonight? Is that what this is?
Actually, no, I had 2 cups actually.
Short week. No work tomorrow.
Yeah, nobody's
Of
got
course, I got the day.
I'm
next
off
2 days
tomorrow.
off. Hello to Bree. He is. What,
No.
well, let me ask him what he's doing for Thanksgiving in Malaysia. Now there, he should be having the egg rolls.
It's already Thanksgiving there.
Yeah, it's already Thanksgiving there.
Oh yeah, it is, isn't it? Happy
Happy
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, everyone.
Yes.
Happy
What
Thanksgiving
Thank
from
you.
Malaysia.
What are you doing on Thanksgiving? For Thanksgiving,
See this shit?
can you hear me?
Anything special?
Can you hear me, Bree?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you doing for Thanksgiving?
Nothing special.
No turkey.
Actually, no turkey. You know, I used to do it, but then I didn't. You know,
Yeah.
after a while, it just gets difficult.
Yeah. Turn your camera sideways. Let's see if we can get a. Let me
And
see.
I'm trying to
There
turn
we go.
off the
There we
blur
are.
in my background. I apologize for that. I did hit none, but it just doesn't want to accept what I'm doing.
Oh,
You
okay.
get a nun?
So
Well, that's okay.
so it's blurred. I kind of
Next, you'll kick a
want you to
priest.
see. I'm
Breaking up.
You're breaking up a lot.
Are
oh
you
really?
a
Yeah.
Russian iPhone?
No, I'm using a Samsung S22 Ultra with a 5G connection.
Yeah, but that
So
doesn't
why I'm
mean.
breaking up?
Yeah, but that doesn't.
Oh, I think
no matter how
I
good.
think I'm not breaking up. I'm just trying to get to my settings to turn off the blur, and that might be it. Maybe
Yeah.
that's affecting it.
Well, now you're in
Want to see
space.
the moon?
In
Now you're in
space.
space.
Oh, now you're in the weeds.
You know, why
You-
won't it? It's so strange. It won't let me unblur.
Oh, just say you don't
Everything
want a
is,
background. Just say you don't want a background. Is there something
Got
there?
to go to none.
None.
But
See?
Vernon's back.
Yeah, I did. I clicked none.
Hmm.
So
And you
strange.
just froze. Yeah.
So strange.
Oh well, let's not spend the rest of our only show this week
Yeah.
Alex,
Trying to get you
you
on
asked
board.
Brian what he was doing. He's doing egg rolls. What's Jeff
Yeah.
doing?
What are you doing, Jeff?
for Thanksgiving?
for Thanksgiving?
We want to know. He's on mute.
He's going to be a mime.
Scallops.
Oh,
What the heck?
scallops. Yeah.
Do
Scallops.
the Indians eat that?
Vegetables.
Am I the only one? Am I suddenly on the outs here?
That's right.
That I believe that if you're going to have dinner on Thanksgiving, you have turkey.
Yeah, I'm having a turkey.
You know?
Yeah, my sister's got
Oh, you're
turkey.
having a turkey,
We've
right,
had
Charlie?
turkey.
Are you
Yeah,
going?
let the turkey-
Are you going to somebody's place to have the turkey,
No, it says
Charlie?
scallop.
Charlie?
He's having
So I'm having
scallops.
pizza.
Pizza.
Yeah.
So I'm in a.
I'll show you what I made here. I made some side dish.
Pizza and football, what better?
What better? Cowboys lose. That's what's better.
As long as the Eagles lose too, I'm happy.
Hey.
I'll show you one of the side dishes I made for my sister. My mother used to make this. I don't know if you can see it. I made like a fried rice and I put a little ham in it and chickpeas
Fried rice?
and onions. Look at that.
That
shit.
goes with the egg
Well,
rolls.
look at it. You aren't showing it to us.
Oh, can you see it, Alex?
Wait a minute.
Yeah, lean it over. Tip it over.
I don't want to drop it.
Up. Bring it
it
up.
up a little.
Bring it up.
Raise it up.
Bring it up. There it is.
There
Bring
you
it up a
go.
little more. A little more.
A little higher.
There you go.
Right?
My God, it looked like someone threw up.
It's really good, I'm telling you. Hold on, I got more coming.
That looks like pus and rice.
I bet it tastes great.
Looks like something's coming out of you, not going in you.
Yeah.
Oh man, baby Pucky.
Yeah.
Baby shit.
So, Alan, you going to your mother's?
Something
No.
Phil never eats, Alan. Vegetables.
Oh, I eat
Green beans and
vegetables.
potatoes.
So what do you do? We
wow,
didn't ask you, Phil. What are you doing?
Faye wants to go to a restaurant in Crockett called the Dead Fish Company. And so we got
Why
the
don't
Dead
you
Fish
just eat
Company.
sardines? It's the same thing.
No, she likes the crab. They have unbelievable Dungeness crab.
Too
and they-
bad it's out of season
platter.
right now.
You can get it.
Well, I don't know. That's what I want.
Oh, well, that's
they
tough
always
luck.
seem to have it.
You're not going to Ray's Crab Shack?
No, this is the Dead Fish Company in Crockett, and it's right on the bay. It's beautiful.
I'm not going to make any jokes about what dead fish smell like. Okay.
Who eats crab on Thanksgiving, Alex? Even the pilgrims.
A lot of people eat crab on Thanksgiving.
Really?
Yeah.
A lot of people like myself crab on Thanksgiving. So,
Oh, that's every day.
yeah.
A little crabby.
By the way, if you just joined us, don't ever buy anything from Fresh Direct ever again. Okay.
What happened?
Convince me.
They almost robbed. Well, they robbed us of our Thanksgiving. If it hadn't been for Marjorie making a last-minute decision to get a standby turkey,
They didn't send you a turkey?
they were supposed to get it here on
Yeah, but you're in New
Tuesday.
York City, Alex. You could probably just call up any of dozen places that'll deliver you 2 perfect turkey dinners.
Well, no, wait a minute. We got a hold of this is Fresh Direct. We ordered from them, and
A month
you know,
ahead, right?
a month ahead, at least a month, maybe 2. You know, Marjorie likes to make sure she's not in a long queue. You know, and they were supposed to get it here on Tuesday. No, Wednesday. No, they said it would be here tonight, within 45 minutes today. No, they didn't show up. We called them. They're supposed to call us back. They never called us back. You know, this just goes on and on. And
You know why?
I told Marjorie this morning, if you can, go out to Whole Foods and pick up a turkey, just so we have something as a standby. And luckily she did, and we're going to have our Thanksgiving. But, you know, we got people coming over and everything. You know.
Imagine they come over and you got Chinese food on the table instead.
Yeah, but I'm saying,
It's the last time we come here.
What do
Yeah,
you
you
do
do,
with the
Sal.
sides?
I'd be like,
Are you
What?
going to wait for the sides to get delivered from the delivery company?
well,
or
I
you-
don't know what we're going to do. I told Marjorie when they come, tell them what they can do with their turkey if their ass is
Yeah,
big
they're gonna
enough
come
to
tomorrow.
accommodate it, you know,
You will
because
just finish cooking your turkey, and their turkey will show up.
Yeah,
So-
exactly.
Oh,
Exactly.
it stays for a long time, my mother said.
You know, but don't tell me that you know you're going to bring the turkey at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and my people are arriving at 2, and it's going to take at least 3 or 4 hours to cook the goddamn thing.
Imagine they did that. Nobody's hungry, I hope.
Well, if they deliver, you
No,
take
but
the
it was
stuff that you
just
want.
their inefficiency at dealing with the
Yeah,
whole
that's
situation and constantly lying to us about when it was going to be delivered. So once again, folks, Fresh Direct, that's for you right there.
Fresh
Yeah.
Direct is probably owned by a Republican. They screw everybody.
Well, I wish Elon Musk would take it over and fire everybody. You know?
Half the company.
I saw on Facebook, a friend of mine's Facebook page, it said, Elon Musk, buy Fox News next.
Well, you know what's happening. You know, over at Disney, there was a big shakeup. They got rid of the CEO of the company and replaced him with what's his name, Bob Iger.
Eisner.
Bob Iger.
Oh, Iger.
Eisner was way back when.
Oh yeah, well, but it wasn't Iger a past president or
Yes,
CEO?
yes. And they brought him. He was the guy that said, you know, you should hire to replace me. And it was this guy they just fired and brought Iger back, who
I read
who handled the whole gay thing in at Disney. You know, with the state of Florida badly. He handled quite a few things badly. So, you know. So anyway, what?
I read that very few CEOs that come back actually are successful. Steve Jobs was one of the few that came back after leaving a company.
Well, I'll tell you what everybody's betting he's going to do.
What's that?
He's probably going to wind up merging Disney.
With what?
What?
Ready? Apple.
Wow.
Wow.
If it passes muster with the with the authorities, which it might not, you know, and what?
He could merge with Twitter. You know, I'm sure they're looking for. A price.
Yeah, they're looking for. Yeah. Yes, Alan.
I just want to quickly bring this up. Trump and Walker have said the same thing about the gays and the murder that happened in Colorado. Almost the same thing. Trump said it's God's way of punishing bad people. And Herschel Walker had something along those lines too a couple days ago in the paper. I'm sure everybody's seen it by now.
A lot of the people in that club who were killed weren't gay.
No, I know.
You know, they weren't gay.
Non-binary.
Oh, but they weren't
No,
gay.
there were some straight people there because it was a celebration.
Yep. Yep.
And then they had another shooting in a Walmart, I heard.
Yeah, I saw that too.
And a knifing in Idaho.
But
did you
knifing
hear?
in
My
Idaho
sister
is
told me
legal.
that about the one on College. They didn't even get the guy or the girl, whoever it was.
And they still have that murder out in, I can't remember where, in Colorado or wherever, that they can't figure out who the killer was. They have no idea, you know.
Oh, it was Colorado Springs. Or
Colorado Springs, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was the gay club, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No. The gay club was in Colorado Springs. I'm talking about
Yeah.
the four
The guy.
students who were killed. That was where.
Yeah,
I think it's Idaho, yeah.
That was in Virginia.
You know,
Virginia.
dude,
Virginia.
are you ready for this? How many mass shootings have there been this year so far?
A lot.
Too many.
400.
306.
How many?
306.
There's a disconnect somehow. That's crazy.
Well, yeah, got to do something about guns. I'm sorry, I don't care
Got
what
to
you
do
say.
something about mental health. That's what you got to do.
Yeah, but the Republicans keep voting against it.
You can
That's
keep
because
blaming
they-
everyone. You know,
The guy who shot the people in the bar was having mental problems and undergoing what do you call it? Under therapy, right?
there was some
And they
reason-
still gave him a gun license. Okay.
Yeah. Well, whose fault was that for not?
You're going to
speak
blame
the red
everybody.
flag?
You're going to blame everybody else.
The
Why don't you
police.
start blaming the
the
fact
left
that?
is so
Why don't you
self-righteous.
start? Why don't you start blaming guns?
No, I'm not blaming guns.
I
because
know
the
you're
guns
not.
don't
That's
do
why you're an
anything. They're
asshole.
Inanimate object. They're an inanimate object.
Then how can you possibly love an inanimate object? Oh, I forgot you do have a girlfriend.
Yeah, well,
anyway.
Hey, I had a prostate operation. It wouldn't matter what I have, but the thing is, you can't blame an inanimate object. You got to look at the people that pull the trigger.
Well, first,
bomb is an inanimate object.
Yeah.
Should everybody be able to get atomic bombs?
Well, yeah, they're trying to give them to Iran.
They are.
Yeah.
I wasn't aware of that. We're giving nuclear weapons to Iran. How's that? I haven't heard about that.
If they went with the deal, within 10 years that would allow Iran to have a nuclear bomb.
So Trump trashed the deal,
but not a nuclear bomb, a nuclear bomb. So there's a difference.
They blow up the same.
I don't think it's a bad idea if Iran wants a nuclear weapon.
Why is that?
Well, because then what happens is it becomes, the policy of mutual assured destruction sets into place, and then there are either one or two options: either it becomes super stable, or they mess it up, and their country goes boom. So, they probably will mess it up.
I heard that the first one they cast is going to be over Malaysia. So
well, I always have had this. I've always had this.
Actually, no. Around Malaysia.
Wait a minute. I've always had this big question: how dare we tell a country that they can't have a nuclear device when we have tons of them? Why shouldn't they have the right? Why shouldn't they have the right to protect themselves too?
Nobody should have them.
Nobody should have them, but we've got more than we need.
Well, during the Clinton years, they were reducing the number of warheads between the USSR and the United States. Mm-hmm. And so what we need to do is continue that kind of reduction of arms until nobody has any.
Well, think again, Phil. It ain't going to happen. Well, especially since, but if we tomorrow said we're disarming all our nuclear weapons, we're not going to have any, and let us be an example to everybody else, and then tell Iran you don't have nuclear weapons, we'd have the right to say that, but we don't have the right to say that. Yes, yes, Bree, you've changed position on our group here. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why.
So I'm going to have to go out here because I'm looking at an apartment. But again, I have another smoker where I'm at, and I can't reason with him. So I'm going to roll the apartment roulette again and see if I can get a place. But I just want to say we had an election here, and the election was a hung parliament, and so there's no leader here, and they've set up police roadblocks on certain highways and stuff to create a police presence, so that there's a lot of uncertainty right now in Malaysia over the leadership. I thought I would just mention that in case you hadn't heard it. I wanted to say
give me your
will you let him? Will you let him finish, please?
And I wanted to say happy Thanksgiving to everybody. I didn't think you'd be on the next few days.
I'm not going to be.
And so I wanted to get that in there. And it's my birthday weekend, so.
I know.
Oh, happy birthday! And might I say?
No, you may not.
No. One of the joyous parts of this year has been that you started calling again. So.
Well, thank you. Yeah. That's a good birthday present for me.
Okay.
Can I ask you a question, Bree?
Yes, I'm about 2 minutes from the place.
Sure. Doesn't everybody in the Far East, Malaysia, smoke?
Yeah.
How are you going to? Is there a no smoking building? I think that everybody, including infants.
Yes.
Smoke.
No, our building was supposed to be non-smoking. They have the signs everywhere, but when push comes to shove, it doesn't mean anything. And I've learned that a lot here. Rules and laws are sort of, as you please.
If you can't beat them, join them. Give me your address. I'll send you some cigars for your birthday.
I was trying to get them to. But it's. I mean, the option is I'm not really there all the time, but I don't like to come home and have my apartment smelling like somebody was in there smoking a cigarette. I just call me crazy. I just don't want it.
You can move in with Tony. It's a cigarette-free zone.
Yeah, it's not.
In Walnut Creek, they don't allow smoking in multi-unit buildings or public places.
That's great. I think that should be everywhere, and I would fully back that. And also, there have been court cases in the U.S. where people have taken neighbors to court and they've won, but here they laugh at that. They're like, he's smoking on his balcony. Are you kidding me? Ha ha ha. You know.
It's
and one
hard
law
to
firm
prove.
said we would never take that.
It's hard to prove, that somebody was smoking, because if the cigarette is not there when the cops are, and the cops are never
I
going to
have
show
photos.
Yeah.
I have photos of the guy smoking on his balcony. Yeah.
They all
So
look
anyway,
like you.
I don't know. Well, I may end up just staying at the same place and closing my balcony doors and using the air conditioning more. But, it helps me to get out and look at other places and to consider maybe I have other options.
Well, listen, you have a happy Thanksgiving, whatever
Happy
it is.
Thanksgiving to everyone.
And we'll see you
thank
next
you very
week.
much.
Okay.
See you
Thanks,
next
Dave.
week.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Okay.
I
And
was
there-
dropping
there
off
it is.
Adrian dropping her off to dance. And there's this lady next to me with her cigarette out there, clicking the ashes out, kicking the ashes out. She was almost done. And sure enough, she finishes it. She just drops the cigarette, right on the street.
Yeah. Well, the good news is she isn't going to be around in a few years. Okay.
I was trying to catch up to her to roll down the windows and said, don't worry, you're going to die soon anyways.
Yeah. Well, whatever.
Yeah.
don't
You
need
can say your test came back, you're positive, for stage 4 lung cancer, according to my company. I'll say that cigar smokers aren't rude like cigarette smokers.
They're rude by
their own
smoking
hole.
cigars.
Well, they go into their little club though to smoke it, right?
Yeah, we go to our club. We don't walk around the street and piss everybody off with them.
Oh, yes, you do. I've had guys
I
walking
don't.
down the street smoking cigars. I'm
I
going,
don't.
geez, I want to
Bill
vomit.
doesn't. Neither one of
I
us
mean,
do.
I think cigars are the most antisocial smoking device you can have, even above cigarettes.
Well, not if you're in a place where everybody's smoking cigars. Then it's
That's
a very
right.
social thing.
Yeah, doing drugs, yeah. As long as they're not in the room with everybody doing drugs. If you're outside doing drugs, yeah, that's bad.
I think cigar smoke smells better than cigarette smoke.
Absolutely.
They are trying to here in New York. We have legalized pot. Okay.
Yeah, they give them the license.
And now they're trying to get the licenses out to the various people to start their stores or dispensaries or whatever they're going to call them. And but there's a problem because the state decided they were going to give a certain percentage of the licenses to people who had been convicted of marijuana sales in the past and had gone to prison and spent some time in prison as a way of saying, we're sorry you had to spend that time in prison for something which is now no longer a crime, which I thought was a brilliant idea. It was the only thing I liked about what they were doing.
Yeah,
Well,
it
now
worked really
people
well in
are
California.
suing the state that they're being discriminatory.
Didn't work so well in California.
What?
Proposition 47 in California passed about 5 or 8 years ago. It's where all the people were getting their car broke into. That's part of it. The other part was let low-level drug offenders, mainly with marijuana, out of jail and reverse their conviction to not guilty.
Yeah, but this goes further. This says the people who are going to get the licenses for the first stores and who's
So they're
fighting
gonna give
them?
them to criminals.
Who's fighting them? Corporations. And
Nestle.
Yeah.
and
Yes.
all those,
Yes.
Charlie.
I
Charlie.
got one more thing to get mad at Republicans about. I was just today approved for my student loan debt payback. And the only thing holding it up is the stupid Republicans lawsuit holding it up. Otherwise, I'd be getting my money tomorrow. So thanks a lot, Phil.
Yeah.
Hey, I think that for the store, I should come up with a new moniker and rugs, not drugs.
Oh, that's bad.
Not too bad. Not too
That's
bad.
not bad at all.
But a lot of people can't read in that neighborhood, and they're thinking we're giving away free drugs and
Rugs, not drugs.
Do you
Well.
have any deals for Friday, Phil? Anything for Black Friday for the store?
Oh yeah. I'm probably going to go in. We're doing some installations, and I'm going to go home early.
With,
Oh,
with
no
every,
sales,
with
no.
every rug purchase, Tony, you get a free extension cord.
Oh, they were not even a discount.
2-prong or 3-prong?
Just the cord, no ends.
Yeah, is there 2 prongs or 3 prongs going into the?
I think it's a 2.
Well, mine are 3. All my computers have a
Yeah, all
Well,
my laptops. have
I love prongs. I also like shrimp too.
So do I.
Go to Jeff's house. He's having scallops.
He's having scallops. It's like shrimp, except better.
Scallops for Thanksgiving? Are you losing your mind?
No. Let me tell you first.
I'll
Okay.
be there, Jeff.
Turkeys are not, until recently, have never been produced in Connecticut
Really?
naturally.
Wow.
No turkeys.
Right
The
at
other
the
thing
sewer
is-
outlet, right?
Right outside, by the water here, by
Nice.
Connecticut, there's scallops. And as a matter of fact, we know
And they run
guy
wild too,
who
I might add.
scallops,
Yeah.
he brings in scallops professionally. That's his job. He picks them up on a boat and he freezes them right away.
But what
So
does
what
this have to do with turkeys?
So what are you going to
He
have?
doesn't
Scallops
want-
and gravy, scallops and mashed potatoes.
Scallop and
Scallop
string beans?
stuffing?
Native Americans use scallops before turkey.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tell that to the
Yeah.
Indians.
I'll come over. I love scallops, Jeff.
There you go.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd rather have scallops than turkey any day.
Me too.
Hey, if Alan stands up, he's one big scallop.
And we have our turkeys in our house already, or our scallops already.
We got our turkey.
Got ours on this
We
panel.
got our turkey. He's on Alex's show. He's the guy with the gray hair and glasses over here.
There are
Good
only
one.
21 people watching the show tonight.
I just saw that too.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, it's because tomorrow's Thanksgiving. So why am I doing a show tonight?
I don't know why.
Because
I'm having fun.
Because we love you. That's why.
It's good practice.
Somebody has some people don't have real friends.
Yep.
But us,
Us, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, so we're having let's see, we're having 5 people over here. So 7 of us. It'll be nice, you know.
You're lucky you're married to Marjorie. My mother would wait for that damn turkey delivery even if it didn't come. She wouldn't go to the store,
Well, no, we had to do something. We had 4 or 5 other people coming,
right? Yeah.
right? You know, we had to
Yeah.
do something to put.
Anybody we know?
No.
No.
You know, but I mean, I just feel that what they did was terrible. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, people count when you're
Well, yeah.
when you're delivering Thanksgiving meals. You
That's
know,
right.
you know that people are counting on them,
Absolutely.
and you can't just say. You know, most people eat Thanksgiving dinner 2, 3, 4 o'clock,
Yeah.
right? So you know
Yes,
you've
sir.
got to get those there in time so they can be cooked.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
when you don't do that, I mean, what do you think you're doing? I mean, and now they're going to bring the food by. I told Marjorie tomorrow when they bring it by, if they do try to deliver it, that she should
Don't
just
answer the
refuse it.
door.
Just refuse it.
They'll
Refuse-
still charge you.
No, but she'll complain to her
You can
credit
dispute
card
it on the
company.
credit
If
card.
if you take it, you can donate it.
I don't want to donate it. I would
Bill
rather.
just offered to pay
You're
for it,
talking
so
here
you-
about $175, Phil.
No, you tell them that they got here too late, and the party was over, and have them credit you the $175, and then just donate.
No,
it.
we're going to say we're not going to accept it.
Yeah.
You know, you know, take it back. We're not going to take it and take it off our bill. And if you don't, we'll let the credit card company know, and we'll protest the charge that it was
Right.
never delivered.
And they'll wipe out the charge, and you'll get a free turkey.
Oh, they already said, you know, we're going to get it to you late, but we're going to give you $50 credit on your next purchase.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
there
your
ain't
next
going to
purchase.
be no
You're
next.
never gonna
I'm sorry to
afford
say,
it.
there ain't going to be no next purchase with
That's
them.
Well, as I was saying earlier, I get my food delivered every Monday, and 2 Mondays ago, I had forgotten to order the week's worth of food.
Oh,
Ooh.
gee.
So I wasn't home. I called.
Maybe,
Faye,
maybe that's even a better diet.
Yeah.
Hardboard.
I need it.
and so I called Faye and I said, "You got to be home. They're going to deliver the food." And she says, "It didn't come."
She said that many times before, by
Yeah,
the way.
right. Well, she didn't. But no, I had forgotten to order it. You know, the app wasn't working properly. And
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, we really want to hear about your pain.
yeah.
Here,
Drugs, not drugs.
and the thing that really made me feel bad is Marjorie couldn't go to sleep last night over this. I mean, you know, it really has affected her health, you know, and it's just something that is just, and it's that kind of inefficiency and that just we don't care attitude that companies have these days.
Can you,
you know?
write a negative review on their site?
If I put a negative review on their site, if you can even put a review on their site, you think they're going to let it stay there?
No, but there are other sites that don't take down the negative review, like Yelp.
Well, I could go to Yelp. Yeah, I could go to Yelp. Yeah.
Yeah, Yelp always puts up the negative review, but they take down the positive ones if the people aren't regular Yelpers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but I'm not a regular Yelper.
Well, then you can also go to Google reviews.
Oh yeah, everybody reads that.
Everybody, it's very, very popular.
Is it
And
really?
It helps get their.
It's very popular. Why don't I know about it?
Oh, because you're not in business. I mean, what happens is the algorithm gets your page higher than when you have more reviews. You have more positive reviews on Google, and most people search with Google. So if you're searching to get to the website for Hello Kitty or whatever that thing is, a Fresh Choice or what's the company again? Fresh
Direct.
Fresh Direct. All right. Hello
I get
Kitty.
ads for that company all the time on Facebook.
What? What'd you say?
I get ads for Fresh Direct all the time on Facebook.
Yeah.
One time I Googled, the delivery companies, and ever since then,
Yeah. All of a sudden, you keep getting that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shouldn't that be against the law? You know,
Hey,
that
Say the word rutabaker, and then all of a sudden you're getting ads for rutabakers.
Yeah.
What's a rutabaker?
It's some sort of vegetable.
No, that's a rutabaga.
Whatever. It's like a Studebaker, but they still make them.
Yeah.
A rutabaker?
Yeah.
That's a
rutabaker.
guy
Very
who
few
that's a
people
guy
even know
who
what a
cooks muffins.
Studebaker was.
That's a guy who cooks muffins and says nasty things to you while he's doing it. A rutabaker.
A rutabaker.
Oh, in Italy, a rutabaker. Yeah.
Hey, no muffin for you.
Yeah.
Oh God.
So anyway, so is Adrian going to have the egg rolls too? Isn't she saying, "Why am I not having turkey"?
No, she doesn't know all that yet.
Oh, okay. When she finds out, she's going to hate you.
No.
You might appreciate it. Does anybody really like turkey?
I love
I
turkey.
love turkey.
I love turkey. Nothing better. I like the white meat. You know. Sorry, Charlie.
So do I.
That's funny.
Got a visitor. So,
I like the white meat.
Alex, we got 10,
That's
12.
Adrian.
You said her
Oh,
name.
look at that.
Visitor present.
Oh,
The
yeah.
kitty, a little girl and a kitty. There's nothing cuter, right?
That's
You
right.
know.
You want to have turkey tomorrow for Thanksgiving?
See.
Want egg
But
rolls?
guess
You want
what?
egg
You're
rolls
not
tomorrow?
having it.
You want egg rolls tomorrow?
Yeah. With
You don't want egg rolls?
with 2 egg rolls, you get a turkey.
Spring rolls. Yeah, we're having spring rolls. She wants spring rolls.
Spring rolls. Spring rolls are good. You know, but
Hey,
Adrian, don't let Daddy talk for you. Tell him.
What, yo?
They always ask me, by the way, it asked me on YouTube, are there any kids in your video? And tonight I'm going to have to say yes.
Uh-oh.
But
now you're in trouble again.
no. It's are they being exploited?
He's under 16.
No, do you have any children in your videos who are being exploited? And I'm going to have to say yes. So, you know.
Go mow the lawn. Go do the dishes.
Make spring rolls.
What are you doing?
Look at your mouse.
My mouth? No. What?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we gotta send Alex the heart. We gotta do it this weekend.
Send me the what?
I send you a heart. She bought you a heart.
Oh, really?
Last thing, yeah, and some drawings. So
I still have her drawings up here on the wall. I
took a picture of that when you were getting something, and then I told her.
She should send me some new ones because I'm sure she's a much better artist now. You know, or
she's getting better.
What, do you got a problem with the early work?
Well,
that early work's gonna be worth a lot of money.
Yeah. It's neo-primitive.
I know.
Okay, you're done. Your airtime is done. Go.
No.
Yeah.
I need apples.
Go log on your iPad if you want to be on the show. Stop pressing buttons.
Are we exploiting a child yet? Is there anything going?
How do I exploit her? Go do the dishes. Chop wood.
Yeah, right.
Start a fire. Oh, no.
You've been exploiting me. Yeah. So anyway, you know, it's getting to be that time of the year, time when people commit suicide. Well, you know what it does? What it does is for people who don't have family, it rubs it in their face.
Really?
You know? It really does. And what is she doing? She's silent dancing. She's got a lot of energy, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now there's only 20 people watching because of you.
You know, it's 20. Yeah. Anyway, Phil, you did you say you were going somewhere tomorrow?
Dead Fish Company.
The Dead Fish Company.
Right.
And then Charlie, you're actually going somewhere to have turkey, right?
No, I'm having pizza.
You're having pizza. Okay. Boy, there's nobody here spending. How about and scallops for Jeff? What are you eating for dinner tomorrow night, Tony?
I'm with my sisters. We got turkey, potatoes.
Well, thank you. Thank you for joining the rest of us Americans to have a traditional Thanksgiving dinner. How about you again, Alan? What are you doing?
Going to Buca de Beppo, whatever that is.
Buca de Beppo?
It's an Italian restaurant that.
Italiano.
It's not that good. I didn't set it up.
They just closed the one over here.
So you're going to have Italian food on Thanksgiving. And then it's egg rolls over there for
spring rolls.
Spring rolls.
My 7-year-old.
Yeah. So basically, outside of one or two of us, none of you are spending Thanksgiving in the traditional manner.
No.
I always liked the one thing I liked about Thanksgiving was the turkey, and was cooking it. Actually, I don't cook it anymore because Marjorie refuses to let me. But I cooked my turkey by basting it with Burgundy wine.
Do you ever have venison?
I hate venison.
I love venison.
I hate venison. Game meat just bothers me. All I'm thinking is I'm eating Bambi.
Oh, that's the best part.
That's the original Thanksgiving.
Absolutely.
What, eating Bambi?
Eating Bambi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they ever eat that
my
Indian
cooked
corn?
medium, Jeff.
Yeah, you know the Indian corn that's all sorts of different colors? First of all, I don't know how to get it to be all the different colors. But second of all,
They grow it that way.
do they eat that?
Maize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Corn yellow?
I remember we used to do the traffic, and there's there's a traffic
Maze.
MacArthur Maze.
Right.
Yeah. So there was always some kind of a pile up at the MacArthur Maze, and he would report it and say there's a pile up at the MacArthur Maze, or as the Indians call it, corn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Larry Brown opened for Rob Schneider in the Walnut Creek show.
Yeah, I know.
If I would have known that, I would have called him to get me into the photo shoot.
You
Did you get in?
He won't.
No,
He won't go to a
I-
show he has to pay for. Let me put it that
I
way.
wanted to shoot pictures.
You know,
Dr.
Kanye.
Gonzo.
Kanye has a picture on his wall that says "cheap Jew," and it's a picture of him.
John, Dr. Gonzo wrote Rob Schneider, and he didn't write him back.
That's because he heard you had a Kodak Instamatic camera.
Yeah.
Shooting at the bottom. That's my mother.
I have a Nikon, just like they sent to the moon.
Keep shaking and it's gonna come.
Do you know that on the original moon landing, they left a Hasselblad on
Yeah,
the moon?
yeah.
Yep.
That's why we're going back to retrieve it.
Yeah, get it back.
That's right, to see if there's any film left in it.
No, we left a lot of stuff there. We left the vehicles that we had on the moon there. A lot of things. And they probably, if we go back right now, probably that Hasselblad is still working.
Yeah.
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 You know.
So we left the vehicle. Where did they leave? A Packard?
No, they had the car that they made, a little
Yeah, the rover,
vehicle, the
lunar rover. Yeah.
Lunar rover. They weren't going to take that back. They had to be as light as possible to get off the moon's surface.
Why don't they give that to Trump, the rover?
Do you know one of the reasons I was told, gotta make this fast, before why they have suddenly decided to go back to the moon is because before they thought there was no reason to go back. Now they found the presence of a possibility of water on the moon, and that means that it has all the components to be able to make fuel to get rockets out of there. Okay, so we have a reason to go back now.
Yeah.
I mean, I looked at those pictures of it and I said, look, the truth of the matter is, this is just a piece of space junk up there. I mean, really, it's just no atmosphere, pockmarked, but it is amazing that for years the human race has looked up at that moon in wonder and
Green cheese. Had
Blue
green
cheese.
cheese.
No, but I mean, it lots of things that we've felt about the moon over the years and our fascination with it, and now we're going there. We're actually going to go there.
Did you see the pictures they sent back from Mars? There was something that looked like an ancient god, that they
It
dug
was just
up.
a bunch of rocks that look like something, a face, Yeah. But I mean, come on, you can take any amount of different things out in space and say that looks like a face and that looks like a cow.
Yeah.
That looks like a big ladle. Let's call it the Big Dipper. So anyway, I just find it Did you find it fascinating, Charlie?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this is what I've dreamed of all my life. And it was kind of, we're going back to the moon in high def, which is really great.
Why go to the moon for water? I got some here.
To get away from you, Phil. Anyway, thank you, Phil. Have a happy Thanksgiving, Phil, would you?
Thank you.
And Jeff, thank you. Happy Thanksgiving.
You're very welcome.
And thank you to
Likewise.
Charlie, and thank you to Alan, and thank you to, who is that? That's Brian and, what is she, Madonna now doing poses here? What is this? Look,
Don't
look.
Don't encourage her.
Oh
Put your
boy.
teeth on, Phil.
Yeah, I
Hmm.
was just about to do that.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah, right. Okay. And Tony, thank you so much. Everybody, give a big wave goodbye, and I'll give a big wave goodbye at you. Okay, there they go, ladies and gentlemen. That's our citizen panel. That's who they were. They'll be back again next week. I just know it. And we'll see you next week. We won't be back until Monday with the pop-up show. We're off tomorrow night. We're off on Friday. So is Jack, taking a little Thanksgiving break. Okay. In the meantime, all of you, yes, all of you, be sure to be listening next time. Same station and live. And in the meantime, if you see her, tell her I love her. Boy, I really got to stop doing that drug. Have a happy Thanksgiving.